News Channel 7. Time for 7 First Alert weather.
Absolutely beautiful day today to be out in the mountains. These pictures are a view from Haley. You can see bluebird skies, still lots of green grass, and people enjoying some of the hiking. The dog in the picture, her name is Dickie, and you can see Alan Rickers enjoyed a lot of hiking over in the Haley area. Beautiful view and a wonderful escape from some of these hot temperatures. And we are not alone in Idaho with seeing these hot temperatures all across the Northwest. We've been seeing these toasty summer temps. The official high for today was 98 in Boise. You can see much cooler over in McCall at 80 degrees, and a little bit slightly cooler than Boise is Twin Falls at 93. But you can see a lot of hot temperatures across the Northwest, including Redding at 109 degrees. And thankfully, we're going to see a little bit of cooling as we go into 4th of July. I know we still have tomorrow, which is Monday, and Tuesday is 4th of July, but I want to just at least highlight what we're expecting on the way, because I know lots of people will be out and about and traveling. So the official expected high for Boise is going to be 89 degrees for 4th of July. And I know, again, as I mentioned, lots of people are traveling, so I want to talk a little bit about what's going on in the western U.S. You can see we don't have any weather-related alerts in Idaho right now. However, to our west, we do. A little bit to the west of Spokane, we have a red flag warning that's still in place. That's because a wildfire could spread really quickly in that area because they have gusty winds, low humidity, and hot temperatures. And we've also got heat advisory that's in place in western Oregon as well. And that's because those temperatures are between 100 and 110 degrees. Gets even hotter as we go towards the Southern California and Southern Arizona with an excessive heat warning. There's also a flood advisory in place for some of the Sierras. And as we go a little bit to the east, you can see a little bit of storm chances linger for the eastern part of our state tomorrow. But then for 4th of July, we're going to be seeing some severe weather chances for Colorado and southeast Wyoming. So that's a bit of a wrap up of what we're expecting around the western U.S. But for our area in particular, we're going to be staying pretty dry, warm and hot and dry, a little bit of a chance of a stray shower in the morning to the Magic Valley, but I don't think too much of that moisture will actually make it to the ground. Maybe it'll just look like we're going to have a little bit of a shower, but again, not too much of that. Making it all the way to the ground, a lot of that moisture is going to be staying to the east of us as we go into Tuesday afternoon, and that's because we have a dominant high pressure ridge that's in our area. But the changes are going to come because we have a low pressure, that trough that's going to dip down and weaken this ridge. And so that's going to bring the changes for us. And because that high pressure is still going to stay dominant for Monday, even though it's going to get a little bit weaker, that means we have a really stable atmosphere, which means in valley locations, we're going to be seeing a lingering haze as well. But for tomorrow, we'll see a little bit more clouds over the Magic Valley, still expecting hot temperatures and some breezy conditions again. Probably a little bit more clouds towards the central mountains, but still mostly sunshine with those warm temperatures. Clearer towards the west central mountains, as they'll see a little bit less of that moisture. And then again, for tomorrow in valley locations, we're expecting it to be slightly cooler than what we saw today, but still warm with a high of 93. And then Tuesday's where we expect the slight cool down, dipping out of the 80s, of the 90s, and we are expecting cooler weather and breezy conditions along with that. And then as we go into Wednesday, we're expecting a cooler morning as well, and then all the coolness leaves, and then we have highs in the 90s and lows in the 60s. And I know that 4th of July is going to be really busy for us, so before you get busy making your plans, just a little bit of a thought for you that we have a little bit of an increased wildfire potential because we've got the hot temperatures for the past few days drying out the plants. We'll have lower humidities and those breezy conditions as well on Tuesday.
Be careful with the fireworks.
Yes,
sure.
So certainly hot.
Now, I know you said Ontario hit 100 yesterday,
Yes,
but
they did.
here we haven't hit that
Still
number
98.
just yet, right?
Not just yet, but it probably feels not too different.
No.
2 degrees, but it's definitely, once we hit the triple digits, I think it feels a little bit more oppressive, even though 2 degrees, not that much.
100 just looks a lot hotter than 98.
It does, yeah.